Hey everyone, I'm going to be reading a little bit from Dead Song today. My name is Jay Wilburn. This is the first book, Dead Song Book 1, January. This is the second book, which is also out, Dead Song Book 2, February. Book 3 is out as well. I like the back cover art too on these books. And Book 4 I'm in the process of writing right now and will be out soon. I'm going to read from Chapter 1 of Book 1 of Dead Song. Alright, Chapter 1, Night at the Fat Ass. Donna Cash tucked her dick away, keeping it from bulging against the front of her sequin dress. She adjusted the wig she borrowed from the box of supplies left unclaimed by previous drag queens who had been mostly eaten by zombies in the streets of Milwaukee. She worked her tongue in and out of her teeth to try and expel one of the platinum blonde fibers that migrated into her mouth. The synthetic intruder proved stubborn, and it didn't help that Donna was doing her best not to spoil the penciled lines around her lips. She glanced from the dark corridor toward the stage, where a trio of ladies finished their dance number. The one on the left lagged a half to 2 full beats behind the others, and the outline of her dick showed through her tights. The head and middle of the shaft swelled, probably from a shabby tape job, making her look like she had attached a muffler to her taint. No wonder you can't dance, booger. Maybe showing the man behind the curtain is not a bad move in this crowd, though, Donna said, smelling her own breath in the narrow wing off the stage. She swallowed one end of the intruding hair and gagged. Her voice was going to be shit by the time she took the stage. The crowd at the Fat Ass was rowdy. They weren't booing, but their noise wasn't exactly cheering either. Donna caught glimpses through bullet holes in the boards that formed the narrow backstage chute. The holes had told her the club had a bad habit of not only attracting the attention of the walking dead, but letting them inside. Through the holes she saw guns sitting on round tables that did not match the guns nor the tables. Rutgers, Saturday Evening Specials, Dillingers, Dirty Harrys, more than a few AR-15s, AKs from China and Russia, sawed-off shotguns, which were perfect for accidentally killing the party at the card table next to them, sat on round kitchen tables, tiled tops from Mexican restaurants, long dining tables, a conference table with a dead intercom system still on it, and round reinforced tables used at strip clubs to keep them from flipping when someone stood on them. She imagined they had come from the apartments and offices adjacent to the street that had once been gay bars and clubs. Now it was only a club, singular, surrounded by abandoned buildings. Well, not entirely abandoned, Donna thought, just no heart. Well, the dead things still have a heart, she whispered, as she listened to the hollow sound of the drum beat reverberating off the bullet-peppered boards. Just no beat. Donna knew outside the red letters of Fat Ass were painted over the sign that had read something else back when Milwaukee still lived. The lights hung broken and dark. These were the same clubs Jeffrey Dahmer frequented before his arrest. Now he would fit right in with the other eaters, Donna said through the bullet holes. A shame he got his brains beaten out in a prison shower. That sort of thing happens all the time now. Back then it was news. Who the fuck are you talking to? Donna jumped at the gruff voice coming out of the darkness behind her. She cleared her throat and tried to scrape the rogue blonde hair out of her gullet with her tongue. Donna spoke back without looking. I'm talking to Jesus. That's who the fuck. King of the zombies, huh? You got it, pumpkin. On one of the tables, between the guns and the coffee mugs of bathtub booze, a black dude with a shiny silver helmet on his head rolled his baseball bat under one arched palm. Bashing brains was still in vogue. At least he would not fire holes into the walls when the zombies plowed past security. He placed some kind of recording device on the table, digital, waste of batteries. The couple occupied a stripper table, so the recorder was something they brought in themselves. A white dude with a wispy mustache and long blonde hair, wearing a pit-stained wife-beater t-shirt, sat next to the black guy. Donna frowned. The chorus line of 3 took their bows to the loud crowd and made for the exit. Bitch on the left is off time with her fucking bow, too. Have some goddamn respect for the art. Even if it is the apocalypse, you're sporting a muffler for a cock. Gruff voice growled, still praying, sweetheart? God and I are close enough to talk cock. Donna flipped her borrowed hair with a whip of her head and peered over her shoulder into the shadows. The wall behind her had more holes, possibly from the same bullets that tore through the boards in front of her. Someone moved in the darkness behind the second wall. The trio pushed past Donna, pressing her chest into the front wall hard enough to make the nails groan. They smelled of man sweat and body butter. Donna blinked at some bit of grit that landed in her eye. She thought one of the bitches may have spit on her as they passed. That was common when a new girl strolled in and claimed territory. Donna was a girly fish, and the skank clunky man bitches didn't like girly girls, reminding the guys there was something to jerk off to besides bulls. She had just arrived from Detroit, which was comparatively safe, but nearly dead from the audience standpoint. The fat ass kept losing talent one way or the other. Donna decided the grit in her eye wasn't spit, but hoped it was a speck of glitter and not some bit of leftover zombie skin flaked up from the floor. She took the stage and stumbled on her left platform shoe, which threatened to fold under her and snap her ankle. Donna stood tall and sexy, but Timothy John Vier was short and had a growing belly. He wore a girdle and high platforms to make the transformation into Donna. The crowd guffawed. Donna recognized the moment. The booing and the cheering became an unmistakable guffaw. If Donna bombed, she might not make it out the door, and some little queer boy looking for food would be borrowing her wig and platforms behind the chute from the lost drag queen box next. I should see if I can wrangle some toothpaste out of this deal, too. I can taste my own fear. Donna gritted her teeth behind her closed lips. Donna straightened her back and slid her gloved hands down past the full curve of her hips. The fingertips showed through the cuts in the satin gloves to reveal the shine of bright red nails against the sequins covering her body. She mixed wine color and slut red polish when she could find them in the ruins of beauty shops to get her signature hue that looked crackled and sexy under the crappy propane lights. Beauty shops did not get hit like grocers or liquor stores and gun shops. She slept in them from some nights trying new makeups until she felt drowsy. The crowd did not turn her way instantly, but a few went silent. Some of the more rapey-looking ones, like wispy mustache-stained wife-beater boy over there, opened his lips and licked his teeth. The guffaws broke back into not quite cheers and jeers. She would take that as a recovery for now. That particular move with her hands up her hips was well practiced and required a little finesse to keep the satin from snagging on the sequins and ruining the sexy. As she stood in front of the greenish metal of the microphone, Donna Cash decided to call an audible. The sultry tune of True Folsom Blues gave a good come and bend me over sort of jazz and blues vibe, but this crowd was already teetering. She leaned out towards the Asian fellow at the piano, leading the band of guitars, drums, and horns. It wasn't a bad ensemble for a post-apocalyptic drag house band. She imagined it probably helped that nothing else was open for miles, so the surviving talent had pooled. Like Rome in the Renaissance, Donna muttered. Florence, the Asian fellow said. We're like Florence in the Renaissance. Play something, someone shouted. The teeters of laughter and conversation followed. Through it, someone else said, Show us your pussy. The band leader tilted his head at Donna, but she shook her head at him. Donna arched her back and gave her best swell of ass. Now she got some whistles and husky laughs. It was the kind of laugh straight dudes used to cover the tingles they got down from under looking at a queen's ass. She whispered the chord progression to the band leader. He nodded, but she still wasn't certain. True Folsom was a safer opener because it was tough to fuck up. Like a Ring of Fire was a much harder mashup, but if she wanted to play it safe, she could have stayed in Detroit. Safe don't earn you toothpaste and dinner, bitches. Donna stood back up straight and batted her eyes and pouted her lips in the flickering light of the lanterns. As she pulled a few more whistles, she tossed her head back and puffed out her chest, which was mostly line illusion through makeup. A whiff of raw sewage wafted up from the grate just below the stage, and she fought the urge to heave. Tough to maintain a crowd of hard-ons over the smell of shit, but here goes everything. What the fuck were you looking at? Donna commanded. You weren't nearly so stiff when I went down. Did you have a heart attack and turn zombie on me, pumpkins? The crowd gave the first real cheers of the night. The crowd knew they had to be bitten to turn into zombies, but the joke still played. A mug flew past her head and shattered against the back wall. A pair of dirty tighty-whities slingshot past her on the other side and landed on top of the piano with the brown streak up. The fact that both missed her was a sign of respect in Donna's book. The band leader poked at a key, and the other musicians came close to matching. He swiped the stained drawers aside with an elbow. He muttered, I kind of wish I was back in Hong Kong. Someone has been saving those up for a while, she said, to more laughs. Well, I'm Donna Cash, and I'm here now, motherfuckers. She swung her palms around and slapped her own right ass cheek with a loud crack. Hit it, boys. The music blasted out from the band, almost on tempo. All right, hope you enjoyed it.